Thank you for joining us here today on From the Heart, where we tell stories of life because life is interesting. We have a first here on From the Heart. Today we are doing a remote interview with Count Eeflac. Now, if you're not familiar with Count Eeflac, he is on every Saturday night at 8 p.m. hosting our horror show called Movies from the Tomb with Count Eeflac. He has been a great addition to Hill Country Network, and we wanted to take a moment to let you get to know him, and we are doing it by remote. Welcome, Count. Thank you for joining us.
I'm sorry, I don't hear you. Oh, of course. I have to put in my earpiece. Yes. Yes.
Welcome, Count. Yes, thank you for this opportunity for being interviewed.
Yes, well, thank you for having me on Hill Country Network. Someone like me, we have to be invited into your homes.
Okay. So tell us a little bit about the country that you come from. Where did you come from?
Well, people think Transylvania, but it's Takapola.
Oh.
Yes, there are plenty of exotic folks right here.
Interesting. And so where do you live now?
Oh, well, I live here again. It was the circuitous route. I flitted about with the Air Force for a little bit. My favorite place to alight was London, England. I saw the Madame Tussauds Wax Museum and the sights and things. I was there during the period where they filmed American Werewolf in London. I know this because the adverts on Piccadilly Circus, they were the same as in my pictures. I didn't get to meet the cast and crew, which was a shame. I would have liked that very much, yes. But I got to see, Buckingham Palace and Hyde Park and all of that. It was fun, but then I came home, yes.
So I guess it's kind of redundant to ask you how you ended up here in Mississippi, huh?
Yes, after, the Air Force, I came home.
Okay. So we see by your bio that you're married. Tell us about your wife and how you met her.
Ah, yes, my lovely wife, yes, the Countess. Come, Countess, come sit. This is my lovely bride, yes.
Yes, hello.
Oh, hello.
Beautiful woman. Yes, we worked the night shift together, and we became friends, and over a period of time, and one evening she was talking, about wanting to see a movie, and I thought that she was hinting for me to ask her out.
Yes, he was very conceited.
No, it was nothing like that. Perhaps a little conceited.
Yes.
But it sounded as if she wanted me to ask her out, so I did. And we went out to see a movie. We went to see The Wall at the Hoka in Oxford. And we had a nice time together, yes.
Yes, we had a bottle of wine.
Yes, we did. And I went to get refreshments during the movie. And,
yes, this was very nice. He came back and put his hands over my eyes and turned me up and said, "Guess who?"
Yes.
Little did I know he would be my lover for life, and then...
Yes, I gave her a kiss, and then we went to the airport and laid a blanket to see the airplanes take off.
Yes.
But I think we only had eyes for each
Each
other
other.
at that point, and
And he
there could have been
fell head over
Yes,
heels in love with me.
yes, there could have been a squadron of B-52s fly over, and we wouldn't have noticed at that point. And on the way down the hill, I told her to watch her footing, and then I slipped and I slid down the hill, and that is when I say I fell head over heels for her.
That's right.
Yes.
And we've been together forever since.
Yes, yes.
That is such a sweet story. So tell me, Count, how old are you exactly?
Well, you know, there is a Eeflac born in every generation. The Eeflac is eternal. Yes, there was a Eeflac in the woods howling when the caveman huddled around the fire.
And we all want to know, are you able to come out during the daytime or early evening? Does the sun bother you?
Yes, well, you know, Eeflac does have the activites parigo, which is the allergy to the sun. Yes, it was passed down through the generations of the men in my family, yes. And, but you know, you have this wonderful thing, sunblock these days, which is quite lovely. It allows me to move about in the daytime.
That is really interesting. So what are some of your favorite activities?
Yes, my favorite activities, I suppose, would be those you would think they would be, like going to the haunted houses, the Tupelo haunted castle that Josh Harris owns. He's a very nice fellow. He also puts on the horror con in Tupelo every year, and I always take my grandchildren to that. Yes, get them broken in right. Yes, and you know, my daughter and I, we like to go to like Oxmoor, this haunted house in Killeen, Alabama. Yes, it's a nice one to go to. And but I suppose my favorite would be the Tupelo Haunted Castle, right here in Mississippi. Yes. Oh, and we also do the zombie run every year, which is usually the second weekend in October, and we do the makeup for that one and participate, of course.
Those are great events. So I understand from your bio also that you have a special friend called Deathy. It's a skeleton?
Yes, Deathy, yes, well, Deathy has been with me for all my life. He has bugged me, especially since I ride a motorcycle, and you know, when you ride a motorcycle, he's always on the back seat. Yeah, so why not be friends, right? You know, don't fear the reaper like the song, you know, the Blue Oyster Cult song, yes.
Motorcycles, how fun. What is your favorite food?
My favorite food, you know, everything the Countess cooks is very good. Yes, but in spite of the name, I like steak, you know. I don't like the name, but I like the steak. I like it rare, as you might imagine, yes.
That's so nice. Oh, so tell us, where did you go to school? Was it around here?
School, well, you know, I went to the local school, the Lafayette School, and a short stint at Ole Miss. My father worked there, and when I was young, I got to see all of the Archie Manning games, and they were great. Those were great times, yes. But I enjoyed my school. I didn't get enough of it, probably, yes.
So how did you get interested in horror movies?
Well, you know, my interest in horror movies started young. Some of my first memories were of the Outer Limits series on TV, and the Twilight Zone, and you know, Rod Sterling. He had the Night Gallery show, and just the Friday Fright Flicks that used to come on the weekend, and the Saturday Shocker when they would show all the old Universal movies, you know, I enjoyed those, but most of all, I enjoyed when Savad would come on on Channel 13 out of Memphis. You know, you had to squeak the antenna to get it just right to pull him in. But you know, he was such a great horror host, and he mocked me, I'm afraid, yes. But you know, we would also go to the drive-in movies with my sister, you know, so that we could be the chaperone, and then we would be in the front seat all the frightened by the movies, you know, like the children shouldn't play with dead things and the like, and who knows what happened behind us, you know. That's probably why they took us to those. But, and I collect the horror comics and the old 50s pulps and things, the weird tales. You know, Tennessee Williams got his start in weird tales, and he is a world famous author, yes, and quite good, yes. But I collect the creepy and eerie and vampy and startling stories and things.
And I love your tomb, how you decorated it. Where did you get all those great posters?
Oh, yes, the horror posters. Well, you know, you used to could be able to just go out back of the movie theaters after they run and pull them out of the dumpster for free. You can't do that anymore. They don't throw them away. They know that they can sell them on the eBay, and that is where I've gotten a lot of them, is off of eBay, yes. And I'm quite a fan of the early horrors, the 60s and 70s, the Hammer films and things, yes.
eBay is a wonderful tool that we have nowadays. So what are your favorite movies?
Well, some of my favorite movies are the Hammer films with the Christopher Lee and the others. You know, they were quite frightening for a young boy, and but I liked the monster films as well. I liked them, you know, with the giant ants and the tarantula with the giant spiders. You know, so frightening, yes. And but you know, I think probably my favorite of all time is Night of the Living Dead. That was quite frightening. And other than that, I like The Howling and American Werewolf in London. That's probably my favorite werewolf movie. Aliens, The Exorcist. Who doesn't like The Exorcist? And Fright Night, the first one. The first one was the best one of those. And The Thing with Kurt Russell, the first one of those. That was a good one too. That monster could be anything, even your best friend.
You never know.
Fright Night is my favorite horror movies, my most favorite ever. So, and I noticed that in your list of favorites that you listed some B movies. How did you get to like B movies?
Yes, well, you know, the B movies, the Hammer films were the B movies, those in canon. They made quite a few, and I liked the B movies as well. They were quite interesting and introduced many of the concepts which were done later to better effect. But the originals had something as well. Yes, I have a special place in my heart for the B movies, yes.
So tell us, Count, what is a piece of advice or one thing, one message that you would like to tell our viewers?
Well, I would recommend that they go to the zombie run every year and run the trail and get clawed out by the zombies, yes. I would like them to know that, you know, the Horror Con happens every spring in Tupelo. That is good. Other than that, just read some horror once in a while. Read Poe and Lovecraft and Algernon Blackwood. Oh, he had that story, The Willows, which was most frightening. If you love the horror, I suggest you read the horror. It's always good for you. Yes.
Thank you for being here on From the Heart. It's been different not having you in this chair, but I've enjoyed you being here.
Well, yes. Thank you for allowing me on Channel 99. I get to come into everyone's homes.
Yes, thank
and,
you.
I must be invited, and you have invited me.
I'm sure it'll be fine, viewers, inviting him into your homes. I'm sure it'll be just fine. You're going to behave, right, Count? Yeah, I'm sure.
Yes.
All right, so thank you for joining us here today on From the Heart, where we tell stories of life because life is interesting. We hope you will join us next time.
Are you sure this is the place? Yes, this is the place. Well, if 'twere done, 'twere best done quickly. Yes, this is it. Eeflac, the Eternal. Dig
He's so heavy.
heavy with the weight of his sins. Sister.
Good evening. I am Count Eeflac, your host from the Old Country. Oh, good evening. You caught me decorating the tomb for the premiere of Hill Country's new horror show hosted by yours truly. Each week we will dig up another moldy-oldie for your perusal. How do you like the place? A few throw pillows, some bonds and posters really brighten the tomb up. Yes. But I'm running out of room. Don't you run out of the room when it airs, you fraidy pants.